Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield are two of the most exciting young quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Fans have been waiting impatiently for the next Tom Brady vs. Peyton Manning quarterback rivalry. Trust us, this is the next one. The Kansas City Chiefs and Cleveland Browns have been two of the NFL's most frustrated and impatient franchises in the Super Bowl era. Now, almost every other team wants to be like them because they both have quarterbacks that are poised for so much success over the next 10 to 20 years. Athletes, coaches, scouts, and GMs will tell you how they hate comparing athletes in the early stages of their careers. But Mahomes and Mayfield are two elite young talents with such promising futures. Who cares if they're only getting started? They're the future of the NFL, and it's never too early to see how they stack up against each other. But before we begin to compare Mahomes and Mayfield, let's take a quick look at how we got to this point. Mahomes and Mayfield were born in the same year, 1995. But Mayfield began his college career a year earlier. He joined Texas Tech as a walk-on in 2013 and played 8 games, tossing 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. However, Baker chose to leave after just 1 year with the Red Raiders, unable to get on the same page as his coaches. Mayfield then joined Oklahoma in 2014, but because of transfer rules, he wasn't eligible to play for 1 year. Mayfield finally returned to the field and became the Sooner starter for the 2015 season. In his 3 years there, Mayfield accumulated a whopping 119 touchdowns against just 21 interceptions. Mayfield cleaned up at the award ceremony in his final year of college. He won the Heisman Trophy, plus the Maxwell, Walter Camp, and Davey O'Brien Awards in 2017. He was also named First Team All-American and to the First Team All-Big 12. He was then drafted first overall by the Cleveland Browns in 2018, tasked with helping a club that went 0-16 in 2017. Mahomes. As for Mahomes, he joined Texas Tech in 2014 and shined for their baseball and football teams. The Detroit Tigers drafted Mahomes in the 37th round of the 2014 Major League Baseball draft, holding out hope that he would change his mind and pursue a career in the majors over the NFL. He started 7 games for Texas Tech in 2014, but he finally took over as the full-time starter in 2015. That year, he threw for 4,653 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. In his final season of college, Mahomes had 5,052 yards and 41 touchdowns with just 10 picks. He won the Sammy Baugh Trophy as the nation's top passer and was named to the second team All-Big 12. But many scouts didn't even have Mahomes going in the first round of the draft, despite a strong showing at the NFL Combine. Even though the Kansas City Chiefs had a Pro Bowl quarterback in Alex Smith, they became enamored with Mahomes and traded up with the Buffalo Bills to take him 10th overall. He was a backup in his rookie season and only played in their meaningless Week 17 contest against the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs would trade Smith to the Washington Redskins in the offseason, paving the way for Mahomes to become the starter. And with that, Pat Mahomes was finally ready to take the NFL by storm. 2018 season.
Fight!
Mahomes.
Flawless victory.
In only his first year as a starter, Mahomes pieced together what will go down as one of the top 3 or 5 greatest quarterback seasons in NFL history. He dazzled us with his athleticism and incredible arm and accuracy, tossing 50 touchdowns and 5,097 yards while picking up 272 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Mahomes became only the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to throw for 50 touchdowns in a year, joining Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, who accomplished the feat in 2007 and 2013 respectively. Mahomes ran away with the MVP award and led the Chiefs to the top seed in the AFC, but they narrowly fell to Brady and the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. But one thing was clear in Kansas City: the future was bright, as the legend of Mahomes was only getting started. Mayfield. As for the top selection in the 2018 draft, Mayfield didn't become the starter until the Browns' Week 3 home contest, a Thursday nighter against the New York Jets. Veteran Tyrod Taylor started the first 2 games, but had to leave after suffering a concussion. Mayfield took over as the starter and he never looked back. He completed 17 of 23 pass attempts and led the Browns to a 21-17 victory. It marked Cleveland's first win in 635 days. Yeah, you heard that correctly, 635 days. Mayfield, wide receiver Jarvis Landry, and running back Nick Chubb formed one of the NFL's most potent offensive trios. The Browns quarterback only got better as time went on, especially when Freddie Kitchens took over as offensive coordinator after head coach Hugh Jackson and OC Todd Haley were fired mid-season. He had 6 games of 280 plus passing yards, and he surpassed 340 yards in 3 different contests. The Browns stayed alive in the playoff race until week 16, but the fact they hung around that long was special enough. Mayfield and the Browns almost played spoiler against the Baltimore Ravens in week 17, but they fell 26-24 against the AFC North champions. But hey, Mayfield led the Browns to 6 victories, and like Mahomes, he brought signs of an ultra-bright future to Cleveland. 1 season down for Mahomes as a starter, 1 season down for Mayfield. And now that we've looked at how they both got here and how the two performed in 2018, it's time to see who has the edge in every major category. Resume.
Fight!
So here's how we look at it. Mayfield was unquestionably the better and more successful and accomplished quarterback in college. Mahomes did win MVP and Offensive Player of the Year in 2018, but he also had an extra year to get ready as a starter. Mayfield was thrown into the fire and had to help a Cleveland team that had just 1 win in the last 2 years combined. And he led them to 7 wins in his 14 appearances. Did we mention he won the Heisman Trophy? Or that he broke the great Peyton Manning's rookie touchdown record? And the winner is Mayfield.
Well done.
Football IQ.
Fight!
Pretty self-explanatory here. We're comparing the minds of Mahomes and Mayfield based on their knowledge of the game and the playbook, how they read the play, how they adapt, and so on and so forth. You can have all of the physical tools and attributes, but it takes more than all-around athleticism to be great. Mahomes and Mayfield are not meatheads. These are 2 very smart young quarterbacks who've displayed incredible football knowledge in such little time. Obviously, one way to look at football IQ is to measure turnovers and sacks. A smart quarterback knows how to escape trouble, and they know when to throw the ball away or take the sack instead of forcing a terrible pass. Mahomes had a 2.1 interception percentage in 2018, tossing 12 picks on 580 attempts, and the sack percentage was 4.3%. As for Mayfield, he had a 2.9 interception percentage in his rookie year, tossing 14 on 486 attempts. His sack percentage was 4.9, so a tad bit higher than Mahomes. Mahomes.
Outstanding.
Who has the better arm?
Fight!
Mahomes turned heads during a summer practice before the start of the 2018 season, when he threw a ball downfield and hit the field goal crossbar. And during a special appearance on NFL Network, Mahomes went up against former quarterback David Carr in a throwing competition. Mahomes' best throw was clocked at 62 miles an hour. During warm-ups of a 2018 Monday Nighter against the Denver Broncos, Mahomes threw a casual pass 90 yards down the field. It looked like he was barely trying. I've done that before. Mayfield. Mayfield's arm isn't average. It's absolutely tremendous. The overall strength is there, and his release is phenomenal. At the 2018 NFL Draft Combine, Mayfield hit 60 miles per hour, so he's right up there with Mahomes. Edge goes to Mahomes.
Excellent.
Athleticism.
Fight!
Here, we're factoring in everything you look for in an athlete. Speed, agility, balance, quickness, reflexes, side-to-side movement, so on and so forth. Mahomes had a 40-yard dash time of 4.80, while Mayfield was clocked in at 4.84. They were separated by 1/4 of a second. Mahomes' athleticism was best on display during a Week 3 contest against the San Francisco 49ers.
Spencer Ware in the backfield. Pressure now on Mahomes. He's in trouble. Now gets it away. Are you kidding me?
And for what it's worth, Mahomes averaged 17 rushing yards per game in 2018, while Mayfield averaged 9.4. So far, Patrick Mahomes has displayed that he's the superior running quarterback. Now, with that being said, Mayfield isn't a slouch either, and his athleticism was on display numerous times throughout his rookie year. He has a good pocket awareness and has enough quickness to escape from trouble, as you can see on this play against the Ravens.
From the pocket. Twice he thought about loading it up. Now in trouble. Goes down the middle. He's got his man. What a play.
So who's more athletic? Edge goes to Mahomes.
Flawless victory.
The intangibles.
Fight!
Here, we're looking at character, personality, and leadership abilities between the 2 young stars. Mahomes. The Kansas City quarterback has a more fun, easygoing, and humble personality. Mahomes is always having a good time. He's always positive, even after the Chiefs lose. While most quarterbacks get angry and frustrated on occasion, you just don't see that in Mahomes. Mayfield. Think of Mayfield as your typical veteran signal caller. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, you name it. There isn't a lot of room for fun. Your entire focus is on winning football games, nothing more. Mayfield is always looking out for his teammates, which speaks volumes to his leadership skills. He's gotten into it with Fox Sports analyst Colin Cowherd, who's been a giant Mayfield critic since forever.
What's going through your mind when you do that during games?
Have you played football past high school?
I quarterbacked and I sucked.
Past high school?
Well, no, not past high school.
It's all about preference here. Do you like an easygoing, fun and games guy like Mahomes, or do you want the super serious, outspoken guy who may be controversial at times, but is always watching out for his teammates and the city? We'll give the edge to Mayfield.
Impressive.
Future outlook.
Fight.
Here, we're simply predicting which quarterback is best set up for individual and team success going forward. Mahomes has arguably the game's best tight end in Travis Kelce, a serviceable running back in Damian Williams, and two speedy playmaking wideouts in Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins. Hiring Steve Spagnuolo to replace Bob Sutton was a genius move. Frank Clark will replace Ford's production and form a dangerous pass rushing duo alongside Chris Jones. And the Honey Badger was a fine addition in a secondary that was downright terrible in 2018. He's at least an upgrade over any other defensive back Kansas City had last season. The Chiefs are also in a good position to dominate the AFC West for the long run. Phillip Rivers only has so many good years left. The Denver Broncos and Oakland Raiders are rebuilding, and with questionable management in place, both teams could be bottom feeders for quite a while. Like Mahomes, Mayfield is loaded with big-time playmakers. Beckham is a top 5 receiver in the game, and Landry is arguably a top 10 talent at the position. The rushing game will continue to get better under Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt if he stays out of trouble from here on out. The Browns' defense was among the NFL's worst in 2018, but it'll only get better under pass rushing sensation Myles Garrett and the young cornerback duo of Denzel Ward and Grady Williams. Adding run-stopping machine Sheldon Richardson was a great move by John Dorsey as well. Now, is Freddie Kitchens really the right choice as head coach? He filled in nicely as the interim offensive coordinator, but we need to see how he handles a promotion. Whereas Reed is a head coach that is headed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And the Browns play in a very difficult AFC North, so that'll complicate their Super Bowl quest. The Cincinnati Bengals may be a laughingstock right now, but the Baltimore Ravens field the league's best defense, plus an enticing young quarterback in Lamar Jackson. The Pittsburgh Steelers will always have a chance with Big Ben and Mike Tomlin. It's going to be a tough three-way horse race. But hey, Dorsey is one of the smartest minds in football, and the Browns have so much young star power on both sides of the ball, their Super Bowl window is only opening up now. The edge goes to Mahomes.
Finish him.
Don't make me laugh.
And with that, Mahomes wins the edge battle. But this is only the beginning of the Mayfield-Mahomes comparison. Now let's sit back and watch these two young talents take over the NFL. Who do you think has the edge between Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield? Join us in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we truly appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.